Welcome to our ensuite. One of the best features of this space is this separate toilet room. It's just really boring. It's a small room with a toilet in it. I thought it would look nice if we carried this board and batten to the back wall. But Ralph was never really on board with that idea, until now. I'm on it. Keep watching to see this space transformed.
To start this project, the first thing I need to do is take some measurements of this room so I can figure out how much material I need. So that's about 34 3/4 or, yeah, I hate measuring corners. Alright, well thanks to today's sponsor, there is a better way of doing this. Inkerma sent me their laser measuring device so I can use this instead of a measuring tape for my project.
Before we put up any of the trim, I'm going to first paint the wall. This is going to be the base coat and it's going to be easier because there's nothing in my way.
After Anna had finished painting, I trimmed the corners to remove any excess caulking from when this trim was originally placed. For two of the vertical battens, I needed 8 feet 10-inch lengths, but the longest lengths that we had bought were only 8 feet, so I had to cut two smaller 10-inch pieces. To allow a better fit of the battens into the corners, I'm going to place a chamfer or bevel on the edges. This will help with these pieces being placed into the corners of the bathroom, which are not perfectly 90-degree angles. I'm using a Dremel to place my chamfer on these pieces, just because I found it easier for such smaller parts. For my longer battens, I moved to a hand sander with a 90 grit sandpaper. This doesn't need to be smooth since these edges will never be seen.
Since that bathroom space is so small and tight, I want to paint all the pieces Ralph just cut. This just saves me being on a ladder trying to paint like 2-3 coats. I'm hoping that if I paint it now, then I'll only have to do touch-ups in the final coat on a ladder in that tiny little room with a toilet. So, just a little bit of painting.
I'm using No More Nails construction adhesive to secure my battens, but really any construction adhesive will work. Once they were in place, the pieces were nailed to the wall. This was just to keep the battens from moving while the adhesive cured. So I got the trim going vertically. I've got to measure and cut my trim for the horizontal pieces. In the meantime, I don't want my glue to dry out. And the funny carpenter, check out his channel, I really love the guy. He recommended these little condoms for the caulking gun. And I got these ones actually from Temu. The Inkerma DM-262 is a bilateral laser measuring device. What I like most about this device is its ability to measure simultaneously in two directions, so I don't have to walk around when measuring. Besides its two-way measuring, it can also take measurements from the top or the end of the device. There's a USB-C on the side for recharging, so you don't have to worry about replacing batteries. Other nice features that it has are a real-time measuring mode, area and volume measurements, and it can measure in meters, inches, or feet in inches. The DM-262 also comes with a few other items in the box. There's a carrying case, a handy wrist strap, and a Type-C charging cable to charge its lithium battery. For more information on the DM-262 and for a 10% discount code, follow the link in the description below. With the horizontal batten pieces cut, they were placed in the same manner as before, using construction adhesive and some brad nails to keep them in place. I really didn't have to use a level for this part, but because I'm a little OCD, I needed to make sure the pieces were perfectly level. At the top of the bathroom, I noticed that the walls tapered in a bit, so I took some new measurements before cutting the final top batten pieces and the crown molding.
Good morning, it's my time to take over. I need to fill the holes, caulk, and then paint. And for the holes, I'm using this product. I've never used this exact one before. I've used the wood colored one, for like filling in holes on wood, but I've never used this one. I'm assuming it's the same, and it's just little holes and like little lines, so that's cool. And then caulking, I'm using whatever caulking we happen to have. I think it's just Dynaflex, that one, just standard there. And then I'm just painting all the white paint. So pretty much everything's just white, but I'm gonna make it look really good and I get to try a new product. Let's fill some holes. I filled in the holes and all the joint lines, and I let them dry while I had a coffee. So now I can just sand them down smooth. To try to help me get nice, crisp caulking lines, I'm going to tape up everything first. This is only my second time caulking anything, and I think it turned out all right. The tape really helps. Once the caulking dried, I gave everything one last coat of paint.
Now, when we started this project, the one thing I did not take into consideration was how the crown molding would interfere with the exhaust fan cover. So I had to modify the cover by cutting off a portion of it to make it fit nicely.
We'd like to thank Inkerma for giving us the opportunity to try out a laser measuring tool, and for giving Ralph the push needed to do this project. And thank you for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon with another project. Welcome to our why am I talking so loud? It's like I'm shouting. Welcome to our what are you doing?
I'm trying not to move and hit the camera because I'm so tight to the corner.
Why don't you step out? Okay, all right. Ralph wants to be stuck to the camera. Okay. I wish I could take a picture of you and show the world. You're like glued to the wall. Anyways. Okay, just had coffee. Got this new bourbon maple coffee. So good. Okay, anyways.